Ready, go. Ready, go. The frontal view here. Go. So as you turn in the backswing, you're not letting the pelvis go away at all. It's just spinning around.
Okay.
So as a result, you will see that your pelvis, your butt is sticking out this way toward the target.
Okay.
And then, so because of that, in the backswing, you don't have good rhythm here. So you just spin around and then lift this and then try to hit hard in the downswing. But it is important to have good rhythm in the backswing, starting from the backswing. You keep the right leg straight here, and then you don't let the pelvis go that way. Then what happens is the hip goes backward here and spinning like this.
Okay.
So essentially, you just turn, spin around here, and then try to hit hard with the upper body.
I know that's not probably the most efficient way.
So when this happens, you are relying on, you are a strong guy, but you are relying on your upper body. You see, your lower body is not doing anything here.
Sure, absolutely, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, spin here and then just a swing.
I think I'm so focused on not swaying that maybe I'm just stuck here too much.
So this is always the problem. The terms we're using. Sway means this here. When the top moves a lot, that's called a sway. It has a negative meaning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And when you try to maintain good balance here, if the top moves like this, then you have sway. And then when the pelvis moves excessively here, it's called slide.
That's okay.
No, slide is not good.
Oh.
But your purposeful is shift. Shift means you are moving the body laterally with purpose. That's called a shift.
Okay.
Shift is fine, but sway or slide is bad. But when you say it's a sway, it just means a lateral motion.
Okay.
You just try to limit your lateral motion. But it is important to initially shift away
Okay.
and then recenter.
Okay.
Because what happens is your body interacts with the ground. Okay? And then if you want to have overall good interaction with the ground, then you must have a vertical motion and also the horizontal motion.
Okay.
If you limit the horizontal motion and just spin around, you're essentially killing the horizontal motion.
And I feel like my miss is I get stuck blocking out that way because I'm just spun too much.
When you don't shift much, and then it's easy to just turn around,
Mm-hmm.
because essentially, your pelvis is shifting this way, so it's easy to turn here, but then you put a lot of burden on the lead side here. If your body does not turn enough, then you always have flop shots.
But yeah, that's definitely my biggest miss.
Yeah. So as you can see in this posture here, the pelvis is sticking out this way, and then the right leg looks straight here.
Uh-huh.
This is straight posture here, and then hip is going backward here, so it's not allowing your pelvis go that way.
So this should almost be going this way. Oh, okay.
So initially you should have a shift motion here, and then return to this position instead of going like this.
Okay.
So that's important.
Okay.
Shift away and then recenter.
Yep.
So
And that's I've seen your videos, and that's
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really done it in my swing much, but I think I try to feel it at my house,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like doing that front foot.
So when you have a shift and recenter here, that means you're moving your body laterally. Then you are having good interaction with the ground in the lateral direction.
Okay.
So as long as you have good interaction here, you will be able to control your motion. So you don't have to worry about going too far this way. Because if you repeat this motion here, what happens is the feet are pushing the ground down and out. So the forces are essentially acting this way here,
Right.
inward. With that, you will be able to confine your body motion here. So even if you have fairly active lateral motion here, you are not going too far. Okay, so you don't need to be afraid of shifting initially.
Okay. I feel like it's more natural movement. I feel like I don't want to be moving around too much, but it feels more athletic to kind of.
Yeah, most of the movement we do, whether it's in sports or daily living, we're using each leg at a time.
Sure.
If we have two legs connected to the pelvis, But if you move the hips equally back and forth, that whole foundation shakes. So what happens is we use the one leg as the support leg, and the other side makes the gesture move, and then on this side, and then move here. So walking, pretty much everything we do, we use each leg at a time,
Sure.
mostly. So use your right leg during the backswing as the foundation, and then make the turn around the right hip, and then in the downswing you will use your left leg as the foundation.
Okay.
So we'll take turns.
Okay.
And then also in the front of you here, if you look at the size of backswing, it stops about here. You can go a bit more.
Okay.
Considering you are turning quite a bit here, but still it's about here. So you can go a bit more.
With the more is that wrist or you just mean shoulder?
You have to give a bit more motion in the wrist, so wrist cock.
Okay.
It's more using the momentum here instead of intentionally try to generate that motion.
Okay.
When you let the club go, as much as possible, then you will be able to come up with a good, reasonable position. But you're still already shifting this way.
Okay.
When you turn, you're shifting this way.
Okay.
You have to go away and then recenter.
Recenter. Okay.
And then down the line view here. Go. So your club head is going flat here. It's going this way here. So it's a bit flat in the backswing. And then it'll give a little bit the crossover posture here because it goes flat here. And then when you turn body quite a bit here, then naturally.
It's just gonna do okay. So that means it's pointing more this way then. Okay.
So it's going this way. And then the right leg looks straight, but the problem is if the hip goes backward too much, then with the straight leg in this position, so you don't really let the pelvis go that way. So instead of doing a backswing, you should be able to stand on the right side here. Use the right leg as the foundation. Okay, you should be able to stand on the right side. Yeah, so lift the left heel slightly, and then put the good amount of weight on the right side here.
Okay.
And with that, turn around the right hip here. Using the right hip as the center of rotation.
Right hip. Okay.
When that happens, when you put good amount of weight on the right side and then turn, you will feel tension here in the hip muscles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, feel that, right?
Yeah, it will limit the rotation. So, and then you will have a good lateral tilt. So right side goes up, left hip goes down. So you will create pelvis lateral tilt and the rotation at the same time. So you have good combination of rotation and the lateral tilt.
Okay.
So when we see from this direction down the line, what happens is the pelvis is moving more. If this is pelvis here, is more moving like this here.
That's mine right now?
No.
Oh, that's the good way.
Yeah.
Okay.
If this is the pelvis axis here, you're turning the pelvis about that axis here. So the hip goes up and then slightly backward here.
Up and back. Okay.
But if you move the hip backward too much, then what happens is it's a flat turn here.
Okay.
Just a spin around instead of turning about the
so up.
pelvis axis. Okay. So that's what we need to work on. And this is somewhat difficult to change if you're accustomed to spinning like this.
Sure.
It's hard. And so one problem with that spinning pattern here is that you cannot use your right leg that well when you start the downswing.
Well, so many people have said I get stuck and I need to try to turn on my downswing, but I feel like I can't.
Yeah, this is pretty right leg is pretty much out of commission because you let the hip go backward here and it's already extended here. So then try to push the ground. The only way you can do is using the ankle muscle here.
Yeah.
But it's not the likely situation here. So if you stand on the right side, load on the right side here, and then initially bend the knee slightly and then push. This action will give you good start recentering motion here.
Okay.
So what you need to feel in the backswing is first slightly bend the right knee and then push up your body, moving the body up.
So it's starting out just over the ball, pretty centered, right?
Mm.
And then
And also one thing, When I say ready, go, then you take a lot of time just standing there. That means you don't have this internal clock here.
Oh yeah, no, I'm pretty slow as well.
Yeah, usually when people have good rhythm, then use my signal as a cue. So ready, go, and then immediately respond to that. But you took a lot of time at the beginning. That means you're starting from the stationary position.
With this club for sure.
And then by just overall turning the body, you are bringing this up here.
Okay.
But ready, go.
Yeah. Okay.
So you should be able to start right away, or your body should be ready before you start.
Okay.
So let's first practice the initial shift away. So put your arms here, lean forward here. From this position, when you start backswing, always keep shift first and then try to turn. And then turn. Yeah. Then you will put the weight on your right side here. Yeah. And then so if you can tap here, that means you have good shift on the right side. That's what you need to feel.
Okay.
So, and then ultimately, initially we can exaggerate this a little bit. So you have excessive motion and then push, excessive motion, push like this. But ultimately, what happens is you're moving your body in this triangular space here. Your head is not moving that much. Your pelvis is moving actively here, but your head is not moving that much. And then, more than anything, in doing this, you have to develop good rhythm here. The rhythm is coming from the leg actions. So your leg should be able to push the ground and then bring the hip up here, and then up here, up here, up here. So up motion is really important. That is the main thing in the rhythm here.
I definitely feel on this side when I get up here, that stretches.
Now, because you're shifting this way a lot, so that's possible now.
Okay.
So as we repeat this motion back and forth, try to push the ground up. That's the rhythm here.
Okay.
So we have this stepping like rhythm here. Yeah. So push up here, push up. More rhythmic. Is it too slow? It's too slow.
Okay.
You're just going like this.
Okay.
So more rhythmically, push. And then as you do, you are intentionally turning the shoulders. The leg push will give you shoulder turn,
okay.
or the pelvis turn and shoulder turn. So we have to wait until you push the ground, push and then turn, and then push and turn.
Okay.
Kick more actively. Yeah. And then now, as you repeat this motion, instead of the foot going this way here, try to go more this way here. So gently push the ground here with the toe here. Okay? Push the ground.
And I was doing more of this. Okay.
When that happens, you tend to turn too much.
Too much. Okay.
So as you repeat this, push here, push here, push here, push. That way, you can have good push. And now one thing you have to be careful is that moving your upper body like this. You have to maintain this lean angle here, and then turn instead of going up.
So I'm going.
No,
I'm going too far down with the shoulders, or
no. When you're pushing the ground, you tend to lift the body up a little bit, up this way. But instead, turn. That push will give you turn.
here.
Kick more actively. Still, the whole body is turning together here. So go to this position here, shift it to the right, and then as you push, turn. So the leg push will.
So I'm going down here while I'm still here.
Yes. And then the same thing on this side. In the backswing, you tend to turn together. So in the backswing, shift first and then turn. Always both ways. You have initial shift and then turn. You separate the shift and turn. Yes. The backswing, as you repeat, you start turning this early.
So the
So
back
pretty
is
much
early.
going like this. Instead, shoot first, then turn.
Oh, I'm turning too early. Okay.
So really, the leg push should promote good turn.
Here, turn.
So have the image of using the leg push, turn, 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 turn. Using the leg push.
So this is what I'm using to turn this way. And then I'm back, and then I
Backswing the same,
shift.
backswing the same. By pushing the ground, instead of lifting this up here, turn the body.
Yeah, it's kind of the
Turn
backwards of
the
what I've always, you always think about you want to be back here, and then you're turning, but I'm kind of.
So that's why in your backswing you don't move the pelvis much, because your goal is to try to hit it hard with your muscles here. But in order to have a good active swing in the downswing, you must have good wind up in the backswing.
Absolutely.
You have to use these muscles here. So in other words, you need to have an active deceleration of the body turn. So initially with the speed, your body turns. You have to slow this down actively. Then you're activating these muscles here. The muscles elongate while you slow down the body. The same muscles are now used in the downswing. So essentially you are elongating the muscle and then shortening it here. It's called the stretch shortening cycle, but that's the ideal way of using the muscles.
Okay.
So you really need to feel this active motion and then in the end, active deceleration.
Okay. Ooh, okay, that's a lot.
Really, in the back, you really stand on the right side, have the feel of standing on the right side. Yep. And what will help is now drop the arms down here. Both ways have the image of throwing the arms out here. Instead of just bringing up and then try to go down here. Even in backswing, try to throw the arms out.
Okay.
This is too rigid here.
Okay.
Really throw the arms, throw the arms. Instead of doing this, really throw, kick, the ground, kick 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 the ground. Throw. Before this motion is completed, you already try to come down this way.
So give it another second more.
You have to throw all the way until this is completed, and then throw here,
Okay.
and then throw here instead of.
So.
Keep your gaze on the ball. If gaze moves, then you will lose balance. And then the arm doesn't have to be this here. The arm doesn't have to be this way. Drop it here, and then throw more up vertically. Instead of going this way, throw the arms more vertically.
Okay.
Keep the gaze on the ball. Keep the gaze on the ball. And then make it more active. Throw. The heel is turning. Throw. Just to push the ground with the toe here. No. Foot is turning this way here.
I was actually feeling that you're right, the toe, but I started to get a feel for that, like the actual weight shifting, right?
Throw. So as you kick the ground, you will be able to throw. Kick and then throw, kick and throw. So really the leg action triggers everything.
Yeah, I can feel the glutes kind of doing the work.
Leg action, throw the arms, because it turns the pelvis and the shoulders.
Okay.
Again, make it more rhythmic. almost ballistic here.
Rhythm, and that's one of my strong suits. All right, here we go.
Kick, 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 kick. No, still the leg kick is not active enough. The leg kick is not active enough. You try to turn the upper body. Because of the slope, it will be a bit easier to push down and outward. And as you swing back and forth, you really need to activate the legs. Throw, 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 throw. And also, when you move that way, try to turn the right arm this way. Yeah. Go up here. When you throw, the left arm goes here. Left arm goes here. Yeah. That way, it'll be easier to throw. Just pay attention to kick, 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 push, push, push. Then everything will follow. Relax.
But when I'm here, I should be already recentering, and this should be my...
For the moment, don't worry about recentering. You need to first, in order to have good recentering, you need to first kick the ground.
So but I'm over here, I should be kicking with this leg, right?
No, you will use this leg to shift this way. So, for the moment, just try to stand on this side, stand on this side. That's all you need. No need to worry about recentering. Okay?
So here.
Then kick here, and then kick here, and kick here. And if that motion is too slow, you're going like this.
You're right, no, I was just thinking about that, okay.
Kick, kick, kick. So your pelvis motion, if your pelvis slides here, then it's hard to push. So you have to limit, particularly in the downswing direction, you have to limit pelvis slide, and they should be able to kick.
Yeah. That's a tight movement for me. I can feel it. I mean, it takes getting used to.
And also that kick, you tend to bring the hip backward, but try to bring upward here. So for the moment, as you throw back and forth, try to just give more vertical motion. Don't try to intentionally turn the body. More up and down motion, up and down.
So when I'm here, and then I'm kicking.
No, your kick is here. Your kick is pelvis, the hip is going backward, and you're just turning like this. Instead, kick and bring the body up. So in order to kick and push the hip up, you have to before that you have to have a lowering motion, right? Mm-hmm. That lowering has to come from just after good push. If you don't push the ground that hard after that, automatically your body drops.
I feel like I feel like I don't lower because I'm pushing to get here, and then I'm lowering.
No. If you intentionally try to lower the body, it's already too late. You lose timing. What you need to pay attention is just to push up, up. But between ups, you automatically have down. When you have good ups, then you will have a down in between. But because you are not going up, but rather bring the hip backward, that's why it's hard to drop the body. Here, push up, and then, so this up, and then this up here. Between those, your body automatically drops. So just pay attention to the up motion here. Hip goes up here. Yes, push up, turn, up, turn, up, turn, up, turn. And then that turn is coming from the leg action, and then just throw. No need to intentionally turn and then lift. Okay? Throw, kick, here, kick. And wait. Instead of turning around here, try to just move the arms up and up here. Give more vertical motion here instead of going backward.
Okay, so it's almost like I feel like I'm doing up here.
Mm-hmm. That way you can eliminate unnecessary turn.
It's amazing how little of my body I use on my driver, apparently. Okay.
Gauge control, gauge control. Your gauge should stay on the target. Still, here, still you are trying to move your arms here. Try to do this. Instead, this arm action is coming from leg action and just throw. Your leg action is the key.
Okay.
Instead of your arm motion here.
Okay.
Okay, just the kick and then throw, kick and throw, kick and throw. In terms of timing, the leg kick is what's important. And then let the leg kick take care of this arm throw here instead of try to use your arm and then try to do something here. Have you ever thrown a frisbee?
Yeah, that's exactly. I used to be a competitive ultimate frisbee player, and I was just thinking of that.
But judging from your pattern, you are throwing the frisbee with the arms here.
I didn't use as much body as I should now.
So the body goes first here, and then by kicking the ground and then let it go, instead of swinging the arm around. Currently, you're using this. Pretty much you're using your arms. All the timing is controlled by the arm swing here. Instead, the arms are passive. Relax here. So hang here, hang them here, and then as the body kicks the ground, and then throw. So your rhythm has to come from leg action. Push up, instead of up. If you use the arms here, you are killing the lower body action.
Can I do it like this for a second? Just to...
No. Your arm.
I just can feel it start to go again.
Throw. The difference between swinging your body together and throwing, in order to throw, your body has to move first and then let the arms go. Now, hold this here. You are swinging this. Again, your arms are simply holding this, and then you consider this as a heavy bag of cement.
Okay.
When you try to load this on the truck, you cannot lift the arm and then try to load like this because it's heavy.
Okay.
Then you have to use your leg and then try to throw.
Okay.
Throw back and forth, but it doesn't have to be too high.
Okay.
About this high, swing back and forth. Try to use your legs. Again, that's a heavy bag of cement. At the beginning of the backswing, you already turned here. That means you just turn the body. Let it go this way. So move this along this plane, both back and forth. Maintain that plane. Throw it. It's a heavy bag of cement. Oh, it's too high. The amplitude doesn't have to be too big, but you have to use your body to throw that heavy bag of cement. It's going too flat. Yeah. So try to maintain the
Too
plane.
flat is going here?
Yeah. So try to maintain that plane as much as possible as you're shooting back and forth. From the beginning you're already turning here.
Really?
You have to pay attention to what you're doing. If the goal is to move this along this plane here, you have to move your body in such a way that you actually have to make this happen. But what you're doing is initially already from the beginning. You're turning.
I have trouble with that starting motion. The starting motion is.
So pay attention to motion of the eval. You have to maintain that plane. Throw. So it's a bit better now. You're using the legs. And then So what happens if it goes too flat, then you have to use your muscles to hold it there.
So it should be pretty relaxed. I mean,
Relax, yeah, and relax. And as I said, try to have more vertical motion instead of going flat here. So here, throw, 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 throw. So at the end here, you are not fighting. Wait until the gravity pulls this down.
Okay.
So you don't have to really fight. Of course, when you want to actively move this, then you have the active motion and then intention, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. This is certainly
easy when you do it.
This is certainly possible. But you have to use the big muscles to do the main job. And then the arms are only controlling the direction here.
They're just kind of guiding.
You have to let the lower body do the most of the job. Okay? So that means you have to be aware of what you're doing. It's always, if you don't know what you're doing, it's hard to change.
Oh yeah.
Pay attention to what you're doing. Move it along the plane. So you have to change the way you move. As you swing back and forth, now it's better. It's better. You started feeling the motion of the eval. So gradually, this doesn't change in one attempt, but gradually, you are moving your pelvis now a lot better. Good, very good, very good. So just use the weight of the eval. So what happens is if you throw, if you keep good speed here, with that speed you will be able to bring it up to where you target, right?
And so I think the first motion is my hardest one. Like, so the feeling.
This motion here, throwing here, using the leg, throw, then it'll go up here. Wait until this comes down here, and then throw.
Once I get going, I'm not perfect, but I feel like then I can get like this first motion from here, like.
Yeah, you have to guide the motion with the leg actions here. Throwing is coming from the leg action, and then the arms are simply holding it to
when I'm just starting here from scratch, like still.
Yeah, throwing is happening by using the speed at the bottom, right? Using this speed you're throwing.
Mm-hmm.
If you try to add anything along the way, it's too late. Using the speed here, using this you're throwing. So that's where you have to use the legs. Throw. Yeah, but now the flow is a lot better. You start, particularly in the backswing, you started using the legs. So let me record this from the back and show you. Okay, go ahead. Swing back and forth. Swing. And then you're dancing. Have some good up and down motion. Throw. Right leg, left push, right push, left push, right push. Good. Here. Yeah, you're gradually getting into this.
Seems like such a simple movement, but yeah, it's hard.
It's because of what you have done so far. But you see. Swing. And then you're dancing. Have some good up and down motion. Throw. Right leg, left push, right push, left push, right push. Good. Although you tend to flex the elbow a bit more on this side here because you want to go down here. But still in the backswing now you're using your body better. So you have to work on this a lot, and gradually your motion pattern will change. Now with these arms only, swing back and forth.
With the arms only? Or you mean without that?
Yeah, without this. Okay, relax. Your arms, try to, if, let's lean forward more. Let's go lean forward more. Then it'll be easier to move the arms more vertically. Yes. Kick. And also the arm goes this way here. The leading arm shows supination. But on the way down, instead of sliding this too much and then try to stand, just drop this. All you need is a drop and then push instead of sliding this.
Okay.
Because you have that tendency. You are not shifting the pelvis this way that much, but then in the downswing you slide it quite a bit. You had that tendency.
Okay.
You are still carrying it.
Okay.
So in the downswing, no need to slide a lot here. This simply will make the leg out of commission. So just the drop left side and then kick and throw.
Okay.
So you have to use your lower body, and you have to move the pelvis in such a way that you can really use the leg push to promote the upper body turn here. Now let's go more actively here. Turn, turn, by using the leg kick, turn, 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 active turn. Still, here, your lower body action should really help the upper body turn. But still, you are intentionally moving the upper body like this. Instead, turn, 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 turn. Active shoulder turn is coming from leg push.
Okay.
So you should really be able to throw the arms, not swinging around here. Throw by using leg actions. So the shoulder turn, active shoulder turn is coming from leg push. Use the leg push to promote this turn, this turn, this turn, turn. Getting better, but still you need to have more active push and then active turn here. And also, particularly in the downswing, it's not about swinging like this, but rather.
So I'm kind of coming this way.
Yeah, you are just.
Versus.
It's because of your habit of shifting early here from this position. You cannot really kick the ground good and throw. So what happens is turn around. But you should be able to throw by using the legs. In the downswing, your body just turns together like this. Instead, throw.
So what am I doing?
You're turning all together like that.
So I should be.
You have to let the arms go. Throw. And then relax at the end here. There's no reason to have tense arms here. Yes, just to throw all the way. In the downswing, keep doing this. I will record it and show you. Your arms are simply turning with the whole body as one unit in the downswing. Let me record this and then show you. Swing, throw the arms, kick and throw, kick and throw, kick and throw, kick and throw. Okay.
I could feel, when I thought about more about like picking something up and throwing it, I could feel the legs going more, but.
When you throw, then you have to add the arm mobility at the end here, instead of all turning together here. If you look at this carefully, at the beginning, you're turning, your arms and your body are turning together here. Swing, throw the arms, kick and throw, kick and throw, kick and throw, kick and throw, throw. Now you started using the left leg a bit better.
Mm-hmm.
But
But you're saying, so I'm here, that's bad.
no. It's not the position, but the way you're moving is that initially what happened was as your body turned, your arms turned together here.
Oh, so you're saying I'm not.
You're not really adding that.
Okay, I'm not.
The range of motion
Okay.
allowed it.
I was trying to limit this motion, but you're saying it's not the motion, it's just.
Throw. Yes. And then keep the gaze. Throw, yes. Yeah. That's how you move the body.
Got it.
Then the lower body, the left side, the engine.
Okay.
And then
That feels so different than my normal belt set.
it changes it generates speed, certainly, and then the arms were adding additional effect, and also it controls the direction of the shot.
Okay.
That throwing action is like that. Now, again, that motion is good, so let me record this again. Yeah. So you have the feel of throwing both ways. Okay. Throw, yes. Throw both ways. Throw. Good. Now look at this. How your body is overall moving together. Throw, yes. Throw both ways. Throw. Good. Your motion is now a lot more rhythmic.
Okay.
Because it's the first coming from your leg action, and then you're adding the arm throw here. So then your legs are a lot more active, and then push straight in here, push straight in here, push straight in here, push straight with that throw. This is your initial swing here.
Yeah.
Lift and then try
Oh,
to
here.
swing with the arms here. But now,
Like, oh,
body rhythm.
wow.
It's becoming more rhythmic now. This happens. It takes some time, but
Sure.
because it's fairly different from your initial swing pattern. But as you repeat this motion, then eventually your body gets used to it.
I'm guessing we'll get into stuff I can do on my own after this.
Mhm.
Okay, good.
So that's why you need to have good feel about it. You have to know what it feels like when you have good rhythmic motion, so that you can do it on your own.
Okay.
Now, stay on the uphill there, orange pill.